Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday 2-minute tips. So, today I want to talk about feeding kids and the idea that kids produce a lot of food waste. So, how do you reconcile the food waste that's generated by your kids, usually left over on their plate or maybe broccoli splattering on the floor, with your general efforts to reduce household food waste? So, the first thing I want to say is that if you are actually thinking about your household food waste and trying to reduce it, but you have kids wasting some food, it's okay. Like, really. The small amount that the kids are wasting is not going to derail everything. And the fact that you're making an effort in general is more than a lot of people. We already know that more food is wasted in our specific homes than at any other point in the supply chain. So even just thinking about it, like, that's what starts to get the momentum in the community and get things to change. So it's okay. Don't freak out if your kids are wasting food and that's not in line with what you're trying to do as a family. That said, there are so many tips I could give you. And if you try our kid-friendly meal plans and get on the mailing list for that at endsandstems.com, or any of my social media, then you will get weekly tips from me on how to think about your kids and food waste. But real quickly, I want to go through a couple. First, don't feed your kids pre-dinner snacks. And if you do, make sure it's something you really want them to eat, like raw carrot sticks, celery, broccoli, cucumbers. The idea is to give them something that, if in general that's what they eat as part of their meal, then great. But don't give them fruit snacks or granola bars or something that's too delicious right before dinner, because then you're just training them to think that they don't need to eat the meals and that they can actually have these richer, sweeter snacks that they prefer. And they just catch on so fast, man. I thought I would have a lot longer to be in charge, but it doesn't last very long. The second tip is, if they have dinner and then there's leftovers on that plate, save those leftovers. I sometimes even just save it right on the plate. And then if they're hungry again in an hour, that's what they can eat. Because you're training them again that you eat when a meal is served, and you don't just get to pick at your dinner and assume, oh, well, my caretaker will give me a better snack an hour later if I don't eat this. You serve up that meal again, say, oh, hey, you had dinner left over. Here's what you can have for your snack. And then the third one is a really big one. I should probably do a whole video on it, but give them small portions. And then, kids' bellies are little. Even big kids' bellies are little compared with grown-up. And then find creative ways to get them to accept seconds. So I've had this problem where the kids are digging into the first part of the meal and they just eat it all. And then when you go to give them seconds, suddenly they say, oh, I don't like that anymore. Like, literally nothing has changed, but 2 minutes have passed and suddenly they decide again that they don't like it. So I try to find creative ways to encourage seconds. Like, if you ask for seconds, you can stay up 5 minutes later, or you can, watch TV for an extra 2 minutes, or play this game for an extra 2 minutes. Maybe you can get a new, marker that I have squirreled away for a prize or something like that. So encourage them with whatever sort of, reward tactic or positive reinforcement to get them to eat the seconds. And then also the fourth tip is to just talk to them about food waste. Talk to them about why it matters. Talk to them about, the resources that went into everything. And we don't want to get these things into our house and then lick them and then just throw them away. That it really does matter. If you like the grass, you like the trees, you like the birds, we need to take care of them. And those conversations can start really young. I started with both my kids at about 1.5. It doesn't need to be lecture-y, but just, part of the conversation about why you're eating, why we're putting food into our bodies, and why we don't want to waste it. Okay, that is my 4-minute Tuesday 2-minute tip. So I will go now. But if you want more like this, I could honestly talk about it all day, and I would love to have you join me. Join our kid-friendly meal program and follow me on Instagram, or even better, get on the mailing list for the kid-friendly meals, and I'll send lots more tips like this. See you next time.